Power poles blown down just a mile south of Silverton, all pushed to the east. So again, this is why we're on the air right now. We only come on if we have a dangerous storm. And trust me, I know if you're here in Lubbock, you're wanting to watch the end of Dr. Oz and How I Met Your Mother's coming up here. We have to be on the air to warn you of warn our neighbors up here in Swisher County, or in Briscoe County, of this thunderstorm that has produced a tornado, has produced damage, has downed power lines, and latest reports we're getting from this from emergency communication and emergency responders out there is that this thunderstorm is still at least producing that broad rotation, and appears, it's at least from what we can see here, is at least producing a wall cloud and very well could produce this tornado once again. So it's already caused damage with it. So Rudy, this is, what are some more reports coming in on this storm?
Okay, a report of a brief tornado relayed to our office. So this is again, okay, never mind. That's the same, just confirmation again, the same tornado to different offices, different outlets are reporting it. Not a... Besides the power lines being blown over near Silverton, that was the same storm that moved through earlier. Obviously, this is now to the east of Silverton, moving to the east, but they do have reports of some damage there. No updates as far as the condition right now of the actual tornado or potential tornado that could still be on the ground.
Okay, and we'll give you a couple other perspectives here to just kind of show you what we're looking at as we analyze the storm here with a tornado that could be threatening for you folks just east of Silverton. And let me show you quickly what you want to do with a storm like this. Again, we're not trying to blow this storm out of proportions, not trying to just scare you here about this thunderstorm that's out there right now. But we do need to pass along the safety information for you folks in Briscoe County with this thunderstorm. And we continue to get confirmation in from the Lubbock office of the Weather Service, as well as here from or up at the Amarillo office of the Weather Service as well. Here's what you want to do for you folks in Briscoe County. Let me pull up the tornado safety tips here. For you folks in Briscoe County, and especially just east of Silverton, you folks close to Kittiquay, want to get to the lowest floor of your house. If you don't have a basement, get to an interior room. Don't want to be in a mobile home in a situation like this, and obviously if outside you want to get to shelter as well. Those are the tornado safety tips. So kind of recapping here at the top of the hour where things stand. This does not affect Lubbock, and I know if you're sitting on watching TV right now saying, all right, well, this thing is a long way from us. Well, guess what? We do have to inform our friends up in close to Silverton, close to Kittiquay, of the danger of this thunderstorm. So that's why we only interrupt when we have dangerous storms like this. The thunderstorm itself is continuing to push off to the east. Looks like at about 20 miles per hour. Again, some down power lines report in from the emergency manager there in Briscoe County. I'll put this thing in motion and show you where the warning is that red box. You want to respect the polygon here and certainly understand that as it continues to push off to the east, it's at least going to have very large hail with it. We've had reports of 2, maybe upwards of a 2.5-inch diameter hail, large hail associated with this thunderstorm as it continues to move off to the east. I tell you what, though, with the thunderstorm like this, with the boundaries, surface boundaries we have out there that can help to organize these storms, I would not really say that you folks in Kittiquay really can't rest easy. You're at least going to get large hail with this thunderstorm, and very well, if this continues on kind of its right mover, in other words, the path it was taking kind of goes more to the right, that would put the thunderstorm close to Kittiquay. The one good sight that I see out of this right now, Rudy, is actually that as the storm is moving east, it looks like the backside, the rear flank downdraft, which would be the core, the hail core back here, looks like it's trying to spin around to kind of cut off the inflow, which would be good news. It would disorganize that tornado structure it's had. And
Matt, we are getting another report now that it has lifted. He did see a tornado for approximately about 2 minutes on the ground. And this is as of 4:58 when he said it lifted. Now there's still a large wall cloud, but he said the tornado, as far as he could tell, was only 2 minutes and ended at about 4:58. Okay. And that's along Highway 70 and Highway 256.
Okay, that's at least some good news to hear that it had lifted from that state. And still, most of the returns I'm looking at here on radar have actually come down. Hopefully, we can jump off the air here in just a couple of minutes with this thunderstorm behaving how it has. I want to show you the velocity product. This shows us what the wind is doing inside the thunderstorm, and where you see the reds and greens coming together, That's where we get concerned because the thunderstorm itself is producing wind. Green is coming here back to Lubbock. Red is moving away. So that's where you see that rotation right here. This is where we had the tornado moving off to the east. Let me back this up just a couple of frames and show you where it was, likely as it produced the tornado and caused that damage on the southern side of Silverton. You can see right here we had much more distinct of that inflow and outflow, very distinct here. Gate to gate is what we call it. In other words, the pixels lined up one next to another. They were really wrapped up pretty well right here. Move it forward and note right here is actually where we saw, let me see what these returns are coming in. Let's see, inbound, outbound of, that was almost 100 knots of shear right here. So this is likely where it dropped the tornado and then rolls forward just a bit, and now has come kind of more broad, but still we're under a tornado warning here. So this is why we definitely want to warn all of you along Highway 86 right here. And you folks in Kittiquay, you're likely going to see some pretty large hail with this thunderstorm as it rolls on through. Any other reports coming in, Rudy, from across the area?
Reports anymore of not just of the tornado, but also of hail from the storm. But as you just mentioned, the radar indications is that there's still